Kevin's log, Ourdate 06/08 2024. Well, I've been working on that thing pretty much all day. Not all day, but pretty much. It feels like all day. We had a pretty good storm last night. Well, we had a lot of lightning and thunder, and it rained all night. There wasn't a lot of wind or anything. It's just, so I don't know if you could consider it a storm or just a rainy night. I'm tempted to just call it a rainy night, but woke up to no electricity this morning, so I had to break out the inverter and power supply and other such fanciful devices so we could still operate normally. And I figured out one thing that I really need to get resolved, I guess. The pump is 220, so I have nothing to run the pump when it goes out. Now we're planning on setting up water catchment as a backup, because this has happened like 3 times in the past, I'm going to say 6 months, but it's happened twice in the past 2 months. So, and this time it was, well, 3-4 hours before anything got accomplished, because apparently quite a few lines went down. So combine that and the breaker, which will not shut off. Yeah, I need to get some less power restricted solutions going. So I'm going to get rid of most of these stupid little Harbor Freight solar panels. All of the 25 watt ones I'm going to get rid of. I did get them all working. I only had 11 out of the 12 working, but it was just a connection at the diode that lets you know there's light coming in, which who the hell needs that? I don't need that. But I'm going to probably give these, there's a guy up on the hill who has no regular power. He's all solar, and he's got quite a few sets of these, and I figured another 3 sets would not hurt his feelings at all. So that would give him, another 300 watts. So that, I think that would work for him very well. Wait a second here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Did I count that right? 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 12. So we'd give him another 300 watts, quote unquote 300 watts. So that probably wouldn't hurt his feelings. So I'm going to keep the little 100 watt panel. I actually really like that one. It works very well. Very, very well for what it is. And I've got the 200 watt panels that I can set up back here instead of all this mess. Just have that little mess. Now, it wouldn't bother me to get another few of those single panels, but single 100 watt panels. But I don't know. I found a place that was selling 175 watt 12 volt panels for 75 bucks a pop. Yeah, maybe I should just spend the money on those. Get a couple thousand watts out here, and I won't be so tied to this. Of course, it still doesn't give me my 220. and I don't have enough batteries to raise it up to 48 volt, which I could probably fairly easily get 220 off of 48. At least that's a lot more believable. Anyway, we're raining. We're starting to rain. We're thundering and lightning again. But this S10, it's been a good truck so far. But trying to figure out these rear brakes has been a nightmare. Everything back there was coated in sludge from calipers leaking. The mechanic thought it was gear oil from the rear end, but yeah, that ain't gear oil. You call me kooky, but I don't think gear oil will strip the paint off everything, and I'm pretty sure gear oil will keep stuff coated. See, look at that. That's brake fluid. Will keep stuff coated to where it doesn't rust, or at least doesn't, not like this. So we're looking at brake fluid. So I replaced both cylinders, which I might have mentioned. I was going to do that, but I did it today. Or I did one yesterday, I did one today. That sucked. Put new shoes on. That sucked a little bit, but not as much. My emergency brake is very stuck, so I'm going to have to replace the cable if I ever want to use that. My brake light will not shut off because of unknown reasons. I haven't figured that out because I've got all my sensors disconnected. And from what I can tell, the light comes on when there's a short, not when there's an open. So if all the switches are disconnected and all the connectors are showing an open, I shouldn't have a light. Even if it's not functioning correctly, I shouldn't have a light. So that's another problem I'm going to have to figure out. And it could be the dash, because the connectors on the dash are awful. I need to replace that whole shebang. All of that needs to be replaced. And I will eventually, just not right today. But anyway, again, I got off track. The proportioning valve, or combination valve, or whatever the hell you want to call it, is either stuck, because I've tried the few fixes that would get it open back up again to allow brake fluid to flow back to the back, and nothing seems to be working. So I may have to just replace it. Fortunately, it's only about 40 bucks. It's real easy. And if I put the tool in it first, before I start bleeding it, I stand a pretty good chance of success. If I can't find the tool, because it seems to be a tool that's only used on the internet. Apparently mechanics aren't aware of it. I can't believe that's true, but I can't find it at O'Reilly's or anything, so I don't know what the story is there, and I don't care. I did pull out the battery box and weld the stud in there so it no longer spins when I try to tighten down the battery. I also smacked that down a little bit. So, I'm not gonna, I'll probably rip my fingers up if I keep doing that, but so I want the truck to be decent. I need a grill. We're gonna have a bird fly through the radiator one of these days. But I need that to be reliable. And mechanically, I think I got it going pretty good. The engine and tranny seem to be holding up real well. Just brakes, just the brakes, and it's driving me crazy. Which is why I quit. I should have changed the oil on it today. Should have changed the oil on the tractor today. What the hell? I did get the generator running, but generator doesn't have 220 either, so it doesn't do me any good. I can't use it with the tank because that tank is completely rusted through, and I've got the surge. So obviously the carburetor still got shit in it. So yeah. But anyway, I'm going to commence to drinking because that's what I feel like doing right now. Bumbling Fool signing off.